Hello, everyone. I am the humble Enneacraft player here with a regional report from yesterday, May 30th. I was in Rosemont, the usual haunt, playing this thing, and I love this deck. And I got to round 7 before a very frustrating drop was forced upon me. But I have some great, wonderful experience. It's my second regional playing Enneacraft. The first one was back in February, which was one of my first times playing it in person, and it honestly felt far better than I thought. You know, you look at this deck, you think, how does this thing even go second? How does it? There's no way this feels good to play for real. And it it does. It feels good when you approach it, when you know what you're doing. You're in control. And this is the list I took. It's what I'm going to talk about. I made some last minute changes yesterday morning that kind of made the whole day come together. Primarily running Harmonia. I saw a previous list. Which I'm going to pull that up real quick. Where is that? Where is it? The Hollywood regional top um, had was on Harmonia. Also on Subspace Battle, really fun little suite of high attack monsters next to Subspace is fun. Just all this crap and this, all these synchros you're running. Even down to running stuff like Lightning Vortex, which I took over evenly matched yesterday. Which it's a it's a small difference. I don't know. I honestly didn't get to see this enough to say, so I can't say for sure. But I liked the tail in the side deck for certain matchups like Doomsy, which so I collected my I collected my Harmonias in the morning. I went to the vendors and did my trade-ins and all. Didn't get as much as I wanted, but it's an investment. I'll use it in the future, right? To round out my the awesome non-engine that an Enneacraft run. That's it. That's it. And 6 of them are the best card in the game. You know, so basically, I was X3 drop by round 7. It was a very strange day with some very interesting wins and losses, and I'm gonna go over it. Where is that? Right here. Yeah. So yeah, I got my little thread for it. Uh, so what I expect for in the day, I expected Kewl Tune and I expected Doomsy. That was primarily it. Oh, and some branded, of course, which I ran into right away. I feel okay with Kewl Tune. Doomsy makes me nervous after a local the night before where Doomsy kind of kicked my ass. Uh, Mainly because it's really hard to both bait and deal with Drastius. It's awkward. It's a little bit of an awkward board break. Not impossible. Between Mar and Leon, it's not hard at all. It's just squeezing through their Therian. Also having to deal with, because you probably have to pop the trap card in order to keep going. Lots of little things like that. Spoilers, I didn't play against Doomsy yesterday. There was not for any shortage of it, but so what did we go? Round 1 was branded. It's branded. My matchup against branded with an Enneacraft, as I've always been convinced, is quite good. I too owed them. There wasn't really it wasn't hard. Uh, Droplet was the first time like Forbidden Droplet Root had said today, and Forbidden Droplet kicks my ass. They send a monster and I got nothing. I guess I could like respond to Droplet with Reset to open up the chain, but it's mm-mm. That said, just get rid of him. I used Tail to stop a Mirror Jade wipe. Yep, branded. Round 2, Kewl Tune. So we finally got into the Kewl Tune stuff. They didn't know my deck very well. It was an easy game 1. Game 2, probably just a really bad hand where they used the Kewl Tune to fix the top of my deck to give me a second copy of Fallen and the Virtuous after they saw my Fallen and the Virtuous, and I just didn't have enough breakers. What are you going to do? And then game 3, we just go Harmonia back and forth and back and forth. I love Harmonia. What a great hand. Because in an Enneacraft, you cannot run hand traps. And it's because discarding shit sucks. because you're trying to get as much value as you can out of your cards. And if I'm flipping and reflipping and negating and searching off of a single monster on my engine, a single Ash Blossom doesn't do anything. I'm already interacting with their board. So like an Ash as a choke point doesn't matter because I got it already. I got it unlocked. Harmonia opens up a whole different world where one, you summon it on the opponent's turn, so it doesn't affect your locks, and two, you go like +2 off of it, so like it's awesome. Very good against Kewl Tune, which even though they have 3 normal summons, if I'm flipping them down and I'm popping and flipping and popping, I end their turn. They literally cannot play the game. And it's resulted in some really cool chain links with the, the infamous mandatory chain link 1 pop while they resolve what's their name that summons the other Kewl Tune from the deck, and then you pop it while the chain resolves, so what they summon has no chance to get their on summon effect. Awesome. That's where this pays off. Still awkward at other times, but this is where it works. So round 3 is where it was incredibly embarrassing. I went against a hero player and got 2-0'd. The new Thunder Giant retrain is like a Murakumo, basically. Board wipes. And getting my tail, I think he might have drop-lidded my tail. Or he chain blocked. And Enneacraft doesn't deal with board wipes very well. Because tail is easy to chain block, and that's kind of it. You don't have protection. You have negates and a little bit of dodging. But there's none of that. There's a problem I would like to see addressed if we get future support. And so that happened. That guy continued to do pretty well. I saw him at the top tables the rest of the time, so that was not a fluke on hero. I played against Kewl Tune again. This is where Spia finally really popped off, and I was really proud of this. Multiple times today, not just this match. Basically, I would like flip a monster, like Orgia would flip. They would go Harmonia, and I could just Spider and blink the whole chain. Meaning that I would negate and destroy Harmonia and negate and destroy whatever the red cube was responding to. In Kewl Tune's place, a Rotary, so they reveal for Rotary. I flip Orgia to get my search. They reveal Harmonia. I flip Spider, okay, negate Harmonia, negate Rotary, destroy them both. Oh, Orgia's flipped. Now I'm popping the other Kewl Tune you have on board, and you're out of normal summons. It's great. It's great. Honestly, just fantastic. This is when I learned that Kewl Tunes are on prohibition because they looked at my hand of 2 Orgias, which you never want to see 2 of anything, and they prohibit it. And I'm like, oh, darn, I guess I'll reverse to shuffle them away, which hopefully you can do. I don't know if you can do that under prohibition. But I shuffled 2 of them away to draw like 3, and I drew another copy of Orgia. And I went to Fallen and Virtuous the prohibition, but it did not. They had the synchro that negates it, But, again, Spider saved the day. Then I went to Mitsurugi. Sometimes you play against a guy who's just really on top of the game. That guy was great. We had a really quick... I mean, I was 2-0'd. It was really quick. Hello. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. We're talking about Enneacraft. He just kind of smoked me. I resolved Subspace, which he successfully made sure not to show me what he was playing. Which was really smart. He sent like a D-shifter right away, which made me think it was Doomsy. And didn't use any of the ritual monsters that are bigger than my guys. So, he was smart. And that was it. Very quick. We were like going back and forth, blazing fast. It was awesome. I felt the energy, but I did get my ass kicked. Primarily due to Murakumo. Board wipes suck. I don't have tail, or they chain block tail. Unfortunately, I'm screwed. So gotta figure that out. Gotta figure out what to do. Gotta see how to do that. Also, just popping their dudes on field doesn't feel great. And thank you for the follow. And then, so moving on. So this, you have to understand, I'm at table 40, so we're still at like the top half of the room. And this guy sits down with like a custom Blackwing mat and like the deck box and everything. I'm like, that's adorable, but there's no way that guy's on Blackwing. He was on Blackwing. He reveals Simoon, and I'm like, oh shit. That's scary. He's doing as well as me with Blackwing. He might be better than me. But as it turns out, much like the way it was crazy, I flipped the red cube to Simoon. They Harmonia and I Spider, just like all the Kewl Tune plays. Which is crazy. It just scoops on the spot. Also, then they combo off. If you've ever seen a full Blackwing board, you know what happens. It's Assault mode. He was on Berserker of the Tenyi, and Hot Red, and it's like it was just like a little bit more than I could handle because he had an Ash with some trap bullshit. Like, whatever. I opened D Fissure on game 3. He gets Lightning Storm off of Prosperity, and but I just keep going. They couldn't do much past that. That was cool, though. I completely forgot Blackwing Dragon prevents burn. That scared me very briefly, but it wasn't a problem. Turns out that guy played against maybe the one other Enneacraft player round 1 and lost. That's got to feel weird, right? Like, you know, the guy that protects against burn going against the burn deck, lose both times. Oof. Okay, and then was the last game. I'm not gonna dwell on this one. All these matches all day, excellent opponents. It was awesome. I was talking back and forth. Oh, does Enea have out to full Armor Master? Full Armor Master never came out. But do I? Awesome question. In fact, Assault Dragon's board wipe probably would have sucked if it got to that point. It never did. So I guess I'm just lucky. Or maybe he didn't figure Armor Master was the play at any point. He never got out more than one like Assault Dragon. I only saw one at a time. So I think I cut off his extensions just enough that he couldn't really go crazy. So also using my knowledge of getting the thing that Black Whirlwind sees off the field makes Black Whirlwind fizzle. So Harmonia comes down, gets the Sujri off the field. You know, it helped come down. And my last game was more Kewl Tune. Basically, all my opponents all day were awesome, except this guy. This guy sees me play a scale and is just mumbling and muttering under his breath like a little petulant child the whole time about how much he hates my deck. I just, you know, I mollywop him game 1. Game 2 just keeps going, and it goes into time. And, like, I pretty much had him on the back foot the entire time, but there's no talking that down. There's nothing you can do. Little child offers to roll for it, and I'm like, don't do that here, okay? Do not do that here. And also, like, you're an asshole. I'm not gonna, like, be a nice person, and maybe things can work out, but, like, you can't be like that and then give me an opportunity to let you in. Come on now, don't do that. So be nice. That's moral of the day is to be kind. Yeah. And I had some great games. Choices I would rethink. Subspace is still weird. I didn't see Subspace enough to really say. I could cut it. Going to 40 cards would honestly just keep things more consistent. Like, it's just a blowout card going first, sometimes second, to get 3 more names to slam down, because you're never going to use those. So it's like, eh. 2 Trito felt fine. Trito did not come up a lot. Honestly, the spell trap pop has come up more than the responding to set stuff. Otherwise, everything I enjoyed my Paulus and reset ratio. I actually would side out one copy of the field spell, which got terrifying against a Kewl Tune player. Who it happened. They said to look at the top 2 cards of my deck, and I'm like, no, there won't be the one copy of the field spell, right? Yep, it was Polis and Leon, and they banished the Leon, and I was like, oh my god, my heart. What? Extra deck was normal. I only ever used Malong. I said, theoretically, if I resolved 2 Harmonias, I could send an Astero and an Astero and have a board wipe at my disposal. Never happened, but I could have. No, it never came up. But it's like, I don't know. It could. This is like, what? I do believe I got off the turn 0 Kewl Tune bluff once. Because that's the only reason you run these, is you just reveal them turn 0, so you obfuscate what you're running. Karma Cannon, pretty good. I ended 1 or 2 games flipping Karma Cannon and making them scoop, because it was just it was another whale, basically. Big fan of that. All these perfectly fine. It's still Storm versus Evenly, I don't know. accusation never came up. Maybe if I went against Doomsy, but it just didn't manifest. I got to keep testing it. What else? Spiders finally showed how strong it is. Spider does so much more in real life, like when you're having a physical interaction with an opponent, and you're like and you're goading them into responses. You know, like you're having a back and forth. That doesn't really happen on the simulators, so that felt really good to get off. And as always, Spia ends games. Yeah. So I'm very excited about playing this more into this format. Because the fact that I have the Kewl Tune game down pretty quick. The only thing is, it's definitely a knowledge check on the part of the Kewl Tune players. If there are multiple times where if they built their chain a little differently, because some of them new to chain block, some of them new to chain block but did it incorrectly. So you can see how that's like something that changes over time and is not. It's not always going to be like that. You know, time will tell. I need to play more against Doomsy, of course, because Doomsy's a strong deck and is very present. Same with Fairy Tail. I need to see more Fairy Tail, and I saw that. I saw a couple Fairy Tales sticking around at the top tables. Actually, we can see what topped at Rosemont. I don't know why I'm not... Hold on. Yeah, let's see what topped yesterday, just to, like, confirm, and you know, just to know... Rosemont, Chicago. Just to get a quick look, just so we can top this off, because I've pretty much said all I wanted to say, and yeah. Okay. I don't recognize any of the names. This is no one I played against, at least. No hero. Yeah, that's pretty... Yep. No list yet. That looks about right. I did see elf notes everywhere, and didn't, you know, obviously didn't play them. No Doomsy making it is crazy, because top tables was lousy with Doomsy. So, yeah, good. You didn't see a single striker player yesterday? I did. I saw a couple actually, and they were fine. Maybe that was this guy. I don't know. So yeah, unfortunately, I thought maybe this would be a little bit of a last hurrah for the deck, and I'll play some Doomsy of my own because, you know, I like my guys. But this really just made me want to play the deck more, especially Harmonia bumps the ceiling up immensely. I don't want to be like, yeah, buy this $100 card right now, but like, wow, this thing's crazy. It's very good. Yeah, so thank you for joining me in my my recap. Don't be a shitty person, right? And you know, you too can take what is normally a $35 deck to the to the top tables. That's I would not have done as well as I did without Harmonia. So, I mean, there you go. Yeah, thank you for watching. You'll hear back from me at the next regional, I'm sure. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful cube filled day.